And there you go. Beautiful place to do a mukbang at. Not a mukbang in nature corn. Here, right? I get to see my skateboard, and it's beautiful. Now, the legality of being here, I don't know. But fuck it. Fuck it, right? Did a mukbang here, and again, not feeling the best, not feeling the most. Should have brought a tripod, but I woke up and I came here because I knew there was not going to be another opportunity. See, let's talk about how shitty life is, and then you see this, and like, who gives a shit? And then when you end up with the whatever thing is, you realize that you saw me. You realize that she unfollowed you, right? Not block you, but unfollow. He's fishing. My dude's fishing over there. You see my dude? Hard to say. Dual recording is super nice, but you don't get to see the... Let's zoom in. Inside, doesn't matter, but outside, not the best. Zoa tropical fruit. Not my favorite, but pretty good. Really good. And I have to make sure that my skateboard is good. And I see that in the picture. Not enough. What about my glasses? Tired. Did you realize that she unfollowed you the same day, right? Now, the fact that she unfollowed you doesn't really bother you because, hey, you're not supposed to expect people to stay and follow you. You're not supposed to expect people to unfollow. People unfollow, that happens, right? It's a new normalcy of social media. It's a new normalcy of our modern day society, right? And you expect people that you had conflict with. You expect the conflict that you had to have consequences at small scales and medium scales and at large scales, right? That's part of life. And you only spent a week with her. And yes, you spoke an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours per day. So your 7 days seem like a lot. And then you realize just how little you talk to other people. And because you talk very little to other people, then those 3 hours a day seem like an eternity. Not because the girl is not interesting, but because you're socially inept. You're socially so awkward that the second you're able to have a conversation with someone, you're like, holy shit, they're really cool. See, your mind will trick you. Talk my heart, and I'm nothing. Get me down, and I'm coming. I bleed for you, and now I'm blushing, bleed for you, but you never. This song, see. Not necessarily how often the person is how you feel when you talk to them. Now, behind the scene, here's the truth. I technically didn't meet the girl. I was technically presented to her in front of a friend. The reason why we met, if you ask my friend, shout out to Emmy. You're both fucking nerds. And I guess that's it. We're nerds. I like mangas, I like movies, I like video games, I like cards. My apologies. And she likes math, geography, science. So not the same kind of nerve at all, but hey. I think if you're born in the 90s, if you're born in the early 2000s, you're always gonna be asking yourself, how I met your mother. You're the own Ted Mosby of your journey. See, now I met your mother, you have Ted, who is a single, trying to find love. You have Marshall and Lily, they already have found love, right? You got Barney, who is this single friend. And then the analysis of the characters is amazing. The analysis of the character is, do I want to have a relationship like Marshall and Lily did, or do I want to fuck around like Barney does? And then that's the original group, right? It's been a group for years. And then there's the Joker that comes in, Robin Scherbatsky, my Canadian small teenage superstar, right? And her role is almost the perfect what if. And she's the perfect what if because of 3 reasons. She's single, you're single. She cares about you, you care about her. And she's close, she's attainable. The love of your life. Again, this is crazy. The person you end up with, the love of your life, what if they weren't the love of your life? What if they were just the most accessible? What if they were just there when you needed it? Right? What if you're not there? You're not together because you need to be. You're supposed to be, but because you need to be. But at the same time, what if that destiny? What if you were never supposed to be with the one you love? You're just supposed to find somebody that makes you someone happy. What if it was a good thing? What if your happiness, your total happiness shouldn't be put under a person? It shouldn't be on one person's shoulder. The fact that you're happy shouldn't be about your boyfriend or girlfriend. It should be that you're happy and you just happen to be sharing your life with somebody that is incredible. Right? I'm sorry if I look up, it's just because this is amazing. In less than a week, in less than a month time, you're seeing the trees. You see the trees, right? Soon, very soon, guys. This is gonna be winter. Coming in, you already saw some trees with no leaves. Right? Then you hear that the person that presented you to was sexual with the girl. You understand that you two weren't supposed to meet. You understand? And this didn't happen like a year ago. This happened last month. You understand that the friend, Amy, again, I'm not mad at Amy. It's just normal, natural. Amy is a good friend. I'm not judging. I'm not mad at her for that. But her and the other girl were being sexual. But the other girl, she's very needy, feeling-wise. And her and Amy had sex. And Amy was like, nah, you're too needy for me. I'll pawn you off. Now, even if that's a shitty thing to do, if you end up in a relationship with the person and they make you happy, it doesn't matter if you met through a hunting party. Doesn't matter if you met in the basement of a kidnapper. As long as you're happy together, right? Type shit. And she didn't tell me. And if I knew, I would have never started, because fuck that. I don't take leftovers. But every single human being is leftover. Bodily, emotionally, physically, and mentally, of course. Everybody comes with their baggage of emotion, of experiences, of flaws, of needs, right? It's human. We're flawed. We're not perfect. Perfection would be boring. So, not a sponsor, but still. Um, but then you're done with a situation and you feel bad because the person doesn't deserve it. So of course you're looking for a reason why it didn't work, right? And you don't know why. Understanding that it wasn't supposed to be, it wasn't meant to happen. Understand that you're only together because it was supposed to happen. A bee. Don't be afraid of bees. They're normal living beings just like yourself. I got bitten by a mosquito though. My apologies. And you start blaming yourself. Because when something that goes wrong and there's no reason, you blame yourself. Not because it comes from a place of lack of confidence. Not because it could come from a place of lack of love. But because you're the only savior in their life that's gonna be there from A to Z, from birth to death. You're the only person that's gonna be there. You're your own biggest hero, your own worst enemy, right? It doesn't matter what person you end up with. It doesn't matter the relationship you end up with. It doesn't matter how madly in love you are. Because there's gonna be one person in every single one of those relationships next to you. Self-love. Learning to love yourself. Learning to live with yourself. Learning to be able to look yourself in the mirror and not say, I fucking hate you. That takes work. That takes a lot of work. That took years. Me being able to look in the glass and not be disgusted. Not by how I look, but because of who I am. Actually pretty recent. When I say pretty recent, I mean pretty recent, of course. That's fine. That is something called trial and error. You do some trial, make some error, and then you learn. It's not about how you learn. It's not about how long it took you to understand. It's not about how much you learn. But how you live in this life, knowing what you know. It's how you live in this life and how you act in this life. The knowledge you have is how much pain you had to suffer to understand. Or it's under how much you understand with so little pain. And then lastly, it's about what I know is true, or it's just denial, it's just a fallacy. It's just a fatality because I don't understand shit. Right? And start to ask, and you tell yourself, well, you gave her hope. Didn't mean to, but you made her believe. And then if you're doing Insight 2020, which is you realize that you didn't give her hope, she needed hope. You just happened to be there when she needed it. And just like she was, in the sense that you were there when she needed someone. Understanding that a person doesn't really like you, doesn't really need you, doesn't really have feelings for you. You're just there in need. Kind of shitty, right? But then you tell yourself, well, it's not their fault if they need me in time of need. It's not their fault if they're in need. It's not their fault if they're going through shit. Nobody chooses to go through shit. See, that's the craziest thing about human beings. We learn from mistakes, but we avoid mistake at all costs. We learn from trial and adversity, yet we're more sheep than people. And that sucks. And then you meet another girl, and compared to the last one, I want to talk to her. I want to talk to her every day. She's a nerd. She likes Lord of the Ring. She's silly. Not because of how she acts, because of how she's talk. You say the most outlandish thing. Because you tell yourself it's too good to be true. Instead of judging you, she's laughing. You're weird with her. You're yourself with her. It's a beautiful thing. And then, again, because you're so lonely, you end up catching feelings after a couple of days. You know that's not fair to the person. So what do? You self-sabotage. Try to be far. Try to tell yourself, no, you just were in a situationship and it didn't work. Don't put yourself just at the time. The first girl, it sucked, but that's life. A train. The second one, you don't want to lose it, right? Then, out of the blue, she disappear. Thankfully, you have 2 accounts. One for normal, one for gaming account, one for gaming. And luckily, the gaming account has 19 followers. I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for the 19, right? But we're a bit far from the 9,000. Then you go into the account, cannot find it, which means they delete the account, right? And then you're in a PC mood, and then you're hurt because it disappears. You go to the 5 stages of grief. You wonder why she left. You wonder why she's not there. You wonder if she's okay. You wondered if you did something wrong. Bargaining. You turn to understand, to acceptance. Five stages of grief is super easy. Anger. Why is she not there? Bargaining. Did I do something wrong? Acceptance. She's not there anymore. Just like I said in the first relationship, it wasn't meant to be. However, the first relationship you didn't get affected, and the second one, and then you're on TikTok. It's 9 p.m. You just finished your TikTok live. You just finish your day. Get a couple hours before sleeps. You're watching TikTok battle because you don't need to be involved in drama. You don't want to be involved in drama. So what do? You perv on other people's drama. You perv from a distance. Like, yeah, these two guys are going at it. So they fucking hate each other. It's a good show. I don't have a horse in the game. Then you see a story. You see she's back. So then you tell her, you disappeared, I was worried. And she's cold. She's very cold to you. She's being formal with you, like you did something wrong. And then she puts in word like, I thought about you a lot. I miss you. But after a couple of days, you still see that she's cold. So you ask her. You ask her, is everything okay? Why did they change? Why did things change? Then she answered you, but you know that thing changed. Thing will never be the same again. So you're in a special position, a very special position. Do I want to put myself in the situation again? Do I want to risk myself to get hurt? Do I want to open myself another time for the same person? We'll see this in part 3. I'm going to make it short, and I'll be right back.